Now, forget Barbie, forget Saltburn or Oppenheimer. One of the most talked about movies of 2023 was Netflix's Bank of Dave.
It tells the true story of minibus salesman Dave Fishwick, who opened a community bank to help people in his hometown of Burnley who'd been turned down for loans by high street lenders.
The film was so successful, there's going to be a sequel. We'll hear from Dave about that in a moment. This time he's going to be taking on payday loans. Let's have a look.
Come on, come with me. Welcome to sunny Burnley. We're back for the sequel, and we're off to America. This is the Talbot, Def Leopard. My friends are going to be performing in there in a pub that I used to drink in.
Very excited to be back. I'm Chris Vaughan, the director of Bank of Dave, the sequel. Right, let me show you a bit of this amazing set. This is David H's office.
I'm Piers Quigley, and I am playing Dave in a film called The Bank of Dave. But I'm not that Dave, but it is that bank.
And then next door is David Fishwick's office, played by the wonderful Rory Kinnear. Love working with this man.
It was so wonderful to see how many people responded to the first film and how much people seem to love it.
So we're just coming up to the Bank of Dave now. We decided to take a look at the payday loan industry, and that's where the second movie's going. Payday loans prey on the poor and vulnerable, and they need shutting down.
This community that's really important, I think, especially up here in the north.
A feel-good story about people helping other people.
Just filming now. I hope you love the film as much as we've enjoyed making it.
Now, Dave, morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Payday loans. If somebody had written a script and sent it to Hollywood and said, I'm going to make a film now about payday loans, it might not have got sold. But look at you. You've made this into a proper subject that everybody needs and wants to know more about, because you want to change things.
I want to change, especially payday loans and loan sharks. You see, the problem is there's 54 banks a month closing. The 6,000th bank closed on Friday. 800 more are in the pipeline, you know. And if the banks aren't there, you're going to end up with payday loans and loan sharks rising. It's going to be the rise and rise. And I did a series called The Lone Ranger that won a Royal Family Society Award. I made it with my right-hand man, David H. We looked at payday loans and we helped people get out of them, and we helped close Wonga down, the big one. And that is where the next Netflix movie goes.
OK, so what happens? Oh, no spoilers, but, you know, what, this is Dave takes on the payday loans.
This is the first time I've spoke about the new movie, so it's dead exciting.
Come on,
so
Dave,
everybody
tell
at home, please don't tell Netflix I'm here. This is our little secret.
It's okay.
And what happens is we go after the payday loan industry, like we did in the documentary series. And the baddies are in America, so there's a lot more America in this one. And it's really exciting. There's some big stars like Rob Delaney out of Mission Impossible, you know, and it's really, really cool. Chrissy Metz, she's in it, out of This Is Us, the big American series. We've got Amit Shah, we've got Joe Hartley out of Afterlife, we've got Rory Kinnear, who looks more like me than I do.
There he is, or is that you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. And America is interesting, isn't it? Because the Bank of Dave Netflix show was huge in the States. I mean, about a Burnley bank, but you've now got a whole fan base in Hollywood and beyond.
Well, we were so lucky that the movie become #1 all over the world. It's Netflix's fastest commissioned sequel in history, and it's it's their most successful British independent film of all time. So they very quickly commissioned a second. Now, normally they spend 100 million making a movie that goes after Tom Cruise's, but they didn't spend that on mine. But in America, we were launched in America on the 18th of December. Within 3 days, we were top 10. Tom Cruise were #7. We were #6. So we're ahead of Tom. I mean, I know I look like him, but we're ahead of him.
And you're doing good at the same time. You're changing things.
What we're doing at the Bank of Dave is we're helping people get the best rate of interest. We then lend to people who can't borrow from the high street bank through no fault of their own, and after the overheads are paid, we give the difference to charity. But what's happened is I've been invited to America, not just because of the movies. The movies definitely lifted us profile, but I was invited to America. Here it is, the International Community Banks of America. I was asked to go there. It's an establishment opened in 1930, and they asked me to become the ambassador for community banks all across the United States. So I've become that now, and there's 5,000 community banks. They've got $5 trillion of money in them, and we're now pushing forwards, helping them get the right regulation. And so I was at the Senate in Washington, D.C., at the White House just a couple of weeks ago. Nobody knows this, and they asked me to become the ambassador for the whole of the United States of America.
Wow. Are there lessons, do you think, we can learn here in the UK from what they do, the way they run these community banks over there?
Well, I hope so, because the thing is, one of the questions I got asked by the senators there is, you know, do you have an ICBA in Britain? And I said, no. He said, well, who else?
ICBA,
That's the International Community Banks of America.
Right.
Do you have something similar
Yeah.
to that? We don't have anything. He said, well, who helps you? I said, David H. and my team. And they obviously knew David H. is, because he's a legend. So they were really, really shocked. Now, Rishi Sunak sent me a letter a few days ago congratulating me on the new post of ambassador for America. And that was fantastic. I've been working with Joe Gideon and Andrew Griffiths, the Treasury Secretary, on looking at community banks. But the problem is, in America, they're giving me awards. In Britain, the banks in Britain, they just want me in prison. So it feels a little bit one-sided at the minute.
Go on, because you are a threat to what they want to do?
Well, I'm obviously a terrible person because, like I said, I help Granny get the best rate of interest. We then lend that money to people and businesses who can't borrow. And the profit, we feed children. We fed 330 children at a primary school this morning. The big banks, we fed the shred. You know, he lost billions. And I'm helping people. But do you know what? Do you remember Free Deirdre on Coronation Street? If they did put me in prison...
Free Deirdre?
Yeah, it'd be like, Free Deirdre, get Dave out, wouldn't it?
There'd be a movie in that.
When's the new
Number 3.
When is the new movie?
January. It's out. Very exciting. It's much bigger than anything I've ever been involved in. I play 3 parts in this one.
Oh.
I did play a part in the first
But
one.
not yourself?
No, I can't play me because Rory looks too much like me. We look like twins.
So who do you play?
I play a baddie.
Oh, OK.
Now, that's a top secret one. Nobody at home, please don't tell anybody. But when you see it, but I have been asked since, would I be interested in playing some more parts in movies that aren't about
so
me?
now acting.
So that might be how we go. So I'm really keen to have another go. It was great fun. So who knows what's next?
Exclusives, line after line
Oh, it's the business.
New
Centre of the
acting
universe,
career.
BBC Breakfast.
Yeah, I was going to say, you do know we're live on BBC One, don't you? Getting into trouble with Netflix, the American government. But,
Well, Richard just said to me, Freddie, he just said, look, Dave, tell us what you want.
That's the
Fantastic, I love him.
Yeah.
That's fine. Great to see you, Dave Fishwick, Bank of Dave. We look forward to the sequel and maybe more.
I'm coming back to show you some more.
Oh, there's even more coming.
See you soon.
Can't keep up with Dave.
We're going to have a little secret chat. Time to get the news to travel and where you are. See you in a minute.